Chapter 6, welcome back. Thank you for staying with us on this, on The Future Belongs to the Letter C, how curiosity, creativity, collaboration will bring cures that change the world. I want to talk to you today about contagion. And Albert Einstein said, creativity is contagious. Pass it on. Now, we've been living, I don't know when you'll be watching this, but right now we're living in an era of contagion all over the world, and we're having to wear masks, and we're in quarantine, then we're out of quarantine, then we're back in quarantine. Contagion is a big word right now, but it's not always negative. Creativity is contagious. When I was 14, there was a recording artist that I heard, and I shook his hand after his concert, and I went home and I wrote my first song. That was a terrible song. I don't even remember what it was. It was pretty terrible. But I knew shaking his hand and writing that song were somehow connected. I didn't know quite how, but I knew they were connected. And so I want to just talk to you for a little bit about the beauty of contagion, creativity and contagion. It's contagious. Creating cure is contagious. Creative thinking is contagious. I was telling a friend yesterday as we were driving to a city, one of the things I love about my friends at Sound of Wales and the Creative Exchange and Kath Woolridge, the founder of Sound of Wales, is the contagion of ideas when we talk. It's like, why don't we do this? And then Kath will say, yes, and we could do it this way. And then I'm like, yeah, and then we could do it that way. And this contagion of passioneering, imagineering together is such a beautiful thing. And I was telling my friend as we drove to the city, this other city, I was saying, I've quit being creative about different places and institutions I'm a part of, because every time I come up with a creative idea, everybody goes, that's interesting. There's not that engagement of, yes, we could do this. Yes, we could make this happen. This is a fantastic idea. Let's adapt it like this. The contagion of creativity, you need to be, I can't emphasize this enough, you have to be around other creatives and catch the creativity of passion and desire and imagineering and capacity. So if you're smoking on curiosity, if you're smoking on creativity, collaboration, you got to understand this dynamic of contagion. It's a beautiful thing. The beauty of contagion is so lovely. Now, there's a story told about a Middle Eastern prophet and a young man that was out looking for donkeys. And so this young man looks and looks and goes from one city to the other because his father's donkeys are lost. And he runs into this prophet, and this prophet says, spend the night, and the donkeys are found, but spend the night, I need to talk to you. And so he told him, this prophet told the young man that was looking for his father's donkeys that he was going to be king. And he told him, you're going to meet three men. One was going to be carrying a loaf of bread. Somebody else is going to be carrying this. He described all these things that would happen to him. But the most interesting thing in this story is not the lost donkeys being found or this guy running into a prophet. The interesting thing is that the prophet tells this young man with the lost donkeys, he says, you're going to run into a group of prophets and you're going to start prophesying like them. And sure enough, a couple days later, this man runs into a group of prophets, falls on the ground, and starts prophesying. There's contagion in creativity. Such contagion. You just need to be around it and you get it. It's kind of like COVID-19. It's like you just need proximity. That's all you need is proximity, and you can catch it. And creativity is like that, like Albert Einstein said. So we have these lost donkeys. We have the power of community and the courage to work together to create creative contagion, to create space, to inhale it. This is something you don't want to wear a mask from. You don't want to shield yourself from. You don't want to say, I don't know. No. When you find creative people, hang out with them. Hang out with them. I have some friends that have some amazing creative vision, but they're not really related to a lot of creatives in their city and in their nation. And I know they would be so much more creative if they were hanging out with the creatives. So find your tribe, find the heart, thing that the tribe that makes your heart sing. Find them and hang out with them and catch this wonderful contagious and be contagious. Receive contagion and be contagious. Be the Typhoid Mary of creativity. Typhoid Mary was a historical character that everywhere she went, she was a housekeeper, people broke out with typhoid. Be the kind of person that everywhere you go, people break out in creativity because you have let yourself be around the contagion of creativity. It's a beautiful dynamic, and I'm sure you have stories about it. I encourage you to go to explore more and to look at the links that we've provided for you on this. One of my favorite examples about contagion of creativity is in March, there was a song premiered called The Blessing. And that song, almost overnight, probably within 2 or 3 months, was all over the world, and all these different nations were singing it in their language and showing you the beauty of their country. Now, in the past, we in the West have related to a lot of countries by bloated bellies, and it would be like if someone went to your country and filmed the absolute worst urban blight of your country and said, this is what this country is. Won't you give money? Because in the old days, bloated bellies raised a lot of funds. But the beautiful thing about the holy contagion of the blessing is that you're seeing the most beautiful of every nation. So the blessing is in Arabic, it's in Japanese, it's in Chinese, it's in Maori, it's in Aborigines. It is all over the world almost overnight. There was a contagion of seeing a thing and people saying, oh, we could do that too. So when the first edition of the blessing came out, some people in Pittsburgh said, well, let's do that for Easter. And so they got together all these different musical people to put it together. And then country after country after country after country. We give you an example of it in the notes of how beautiful it is. But you could just put in YouTube the song The Blessing, and you will find one after the other in different languages. And just the beauty of the contagion of creativity that has come from that song is phenomenal.